What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with a quick lesson on Attention by Charlie Puth. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm sorry I have not posted very many lessons lately. It's been like 3 weeks or something like that since the last lesson I posted, which is crazy because I used to post at least 1 to 3 times a day. And there's a lot of good reasons for that. The biggest one is that I moved recently and I have not been able to get my setup just the way I like it. And so I've kind of been waiting until I can get back to the same quality I used to be posting. That's the long story short of it. I'm probably going to post a video in the next day or two that's kind of explaining a little bit more and a little bit more of the groove that I'm going to try to get back into with this channel and what the direction is and an update, and also a thank you for getting me to 5,000 subscribers because I haven't got to tell you guys thank you yet, and I really appreciate that. It means the world to me. So anyways, all that said, I'll kind of quit boring y'all with the chit chat, and I will post a video on the channel update for those of you who are interested in the next couple of days. Without further ado, here is Attention by Charlie Puth. Alright, groovy guitarists, the first thing that you're going to want to know for Attention is that you're going to have a capo on 6th fret. The next thing that you're going to want to know is the 4 chords that we're going to be working with for this song. This is luckily one of those very easy songs that it's the same 4 chords literally the whole entire way through. The only thing we're going to be changing throughout the whole song is what we're doing on this side. We're going to switch between a picking pattern and a strumming pattern throughout the whole song. So our 4 chords are going to be A minor, G, E minor, and F. And I'll have chord charts for all of those down in the comments below. This may not be the exact way he plays it. I believe it's not the same exact way he plays it, but the idea with this one is to have as few bar chords as possible for the beginners out there. So I'll have a way that F is kind of a bar chord actually, but all the other ways are kind of have like 2 or 3 bar chords, and this one only has that one. And I'll also share a way in the comments below to avoid that bar chord and still have a way to play an F without playing it as a bar chord. Now guys, we are going to get the hard part over with first. So this little picking thing, it's not crazy hard, it's just a lot to remember, especially if you're a beginner finger picker. If you have been finger picking for a long time, this is all going to seem very familiar for you, so it should come really easily. But if you're a beginner finger picker, this will take a little bit extra time. So we're going to have 2 different picking progressions. We're going to have one that's for our A minor and our E minor, so both of our minor chords, and we're going to have one that's for our G and our F. I'm going to call the first one picking pattern 1 and the second one picking pattern 2, obviously. Alright, so we're going to start with our picking pattern 1, that's the one for our minors. Alright, and what we're going to have, so I'm just going to use my A minor as an example first. We're going to go like this. A, D, G, A, B, D, G. So one more time slowly, that's going to be A, D, G, A, B, D, G. And we're going to do that one for our minors. Now, like I said, it's going to be a little bit tough at first if you're a beginner at finger picking. You actually don't have to finger pick this. I find it to be a lot easier to finger pick, but that's partly because I'm a lot more experienced than some of you guys might be out there. So if you are not very comfortable with finger picking, don't freak out. You can start out with a pick. You can play the same exact thing with a pick. I can do it, just not as well. So just kind of feel it out. I think he probably finger picks it in the song, but you don't have to. That one about full speed should go something like. Alright, and that's going to bring us to our second picking pattern, which is going to be the picking pattern for our major chords, our G and our F. Alright, so this one's a little bit shorter. I'm going to use my G as an example. It's going to go E, D, G, E, B. And that's it. We're also going to kind of just do a quick stop on that B real quick at the very end. All these are kind of muted and kind of, I would say palm muted. Palm muted is probably the closest thing to what this is doing. It probably also, because it's an electric guitar, has some compression and stuff like that on it too. But especially if you're just doing this acoustic guitar, palm muting is fine. So just slap your palm, just kind of rest it on the strings as you're playing them lightly, and that'll kind of give it that muted type of sound that you hear in the song. So that one about full speed should look like this. And last, we're going to put that second picking pattern on the F, which is the same one we played on the G, and that will look like something like this. Okay guys, I know that is a whole lot of information. Like I said, it's actually not crazy difficult, it's just a whole lot to remember. So I'm gonna walk through it slowly one time, and I'm gonna walk through it about full speed one time, and then we'll get into that strum pattern, and that is a lot easier than this. So slowly should look something along the lines of this. Now closer to full speed should look something about like this. Alright guys, now that is the hard part. Now real quick before we get into the strumming, I'm just going to show you and tell you real quick what kind of areas we're going to play that song in, what pieces of the song we're going to actually play that picking progression in, as opposed to which ones we're going to play the strumming in. So the places we're going to play that picking progression is the first verse, the first pre-chorus, and then we're going to do strumming for the whole song until we get to the third verse, and then the third pre-chorus, and then we're going to go back to strumming whenever we go back into the chorus. So verse 1, pre-chorus 1, verse 3, pre-chorus 3, those are all going to be the picking. Everything else in this whole song is going to be the strum pattern that I'm about to show you right now. So strum pattern, we're going to stick with exactly the same chords we're playing, just that A minor, G, E minor, F. And what we're going to do for the strumming in this is what I found out, that strumming is kind of more of a bass beat. It's not really, there's not really much guitar in there. It's all just bass actually. It's kind of a little, you know, a groovy little bass walk up. And so I'm kind of just adapting what I think sounds good to this if you're just playing this on guitar. And what I thought sounded pretty good is a down, down, up, up, down, down for each chord. So where I kind of put those little mini pauses in there, you can kind of do a palm mute or a slap or something just to give it a little extra oomph if you're playing this on guitar. Like I said, it's a real jumpy, bouncy, groovy kind of feel to this kind of bass line that's playing throughout there. So if you're playing on guitar, you want to try to do your best to replicate that bouncy, cool sound that he's getting in there with that bass line. So like I said, one more time, with those small pauses, you can throw a slap, you can throw a little pause, whatever you want to do, mute, doesn't matter, but it'll help add that. If you're really beginner stage, then you don't have to do that, but it'll add a lot if you're able to. So one more time, that strum pattern, I'll do it with an A minor. It's going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, down. Alright guys, and here's a little run through. I'll do it slowly and then I'll do it quickly. Alright, now about full speed, it'll look about like this. Guys, that is literally all that you need to know to play Attention by Charlie Puth. This song is not super hard, it's just a lot to remember. For that picking part is going to be the most challenging thing. Besides that, it's all pretty basic chords. Like I said, I'll have chord charts in the description below, in the comments below, and I'll also have the strum pattern down there for those of you who need it. But really with that picking part, just if you get stuck on it, just kind of slow it down a little bit, rewind a couple of times, do whatever you got to do. It's not super challenging, it's just going to take a lot to remember it. As always guys, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And if this video helped you out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I haven't been doing as good of a job lately, but I'm about to get back on top of it because I'm getting my lighting and my camera and all that set up the way I like it in this new place. But I usually post 1 to 3 new videos. I used to say every day. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to try to post about 5 videos a week coming up now that I'm getting all of my stuff set up. I'm going to try to do about 5 videos a week, all guitar and ukulele lessons. I already have about 325 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, so almost one for every single day of the year. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, this is the perfect channel for you to subscribe to. Lastly, guys, if you're interested in any of my gear, whether it's my camera, microphone, guitars, strings, picks, capos, any of the kind of stuff that I use to make these videos, then you can go ahead and check out the description. I went ahead and put all of my gear down there. That way you guys who are curious about that kind of stuff can check it all out down there and find what you need to find. Guys, I hope you have a lot of fun playing Attention. It's a very cool song, and I'll see y'all soon.